Hello everybody, it's me, Ghost Bunny, and I'm back here with the Case File Compendium. I really enjoyed chapter 1 last time, and I thought, you know what, let's keep reading it. I'm really enjoying it. It's a blast. At least, well, the first chapter. I at first thought they had like a prologue, like normal books normally have. Color me surprised to figure out that not all books have prologues. I knew that not everybody likes reading prologues, so I guess they stopped putting prologues in some books. Now there's a lot of books that don't have prologues. This one being one of them. Doesn't take away from the fun, just a cultural difference. I'm used to prologues. I don't know. But yes, I am, like I said, currently reading Case File Compendium by Meat Bun. And I'm gonna give my little disclaimers here from the get-go, so that way, yeah. For starters, I have no affiliations with 7Cs or with Meat Bun. Um, yes, this isn't an official audiobook. This is just me, us girlies having fun, just gal pals reading for the funsies of it. You can follow along if you want. I do have a playlist. Most of the, actually, no, yeah, all the books I'm reading have their own little special playlists, so you can follow along. And yeah, I also want to say I am not a native Chinese speaker, which means that there will be names that I will not necessarily pronounce perfectly. I did look for guides and stuff like that, but I do want to start, apologize from the get-go, so that way if you actually speak the language, you're not like, you don't think that I'm trying to make fun of, belittle, or just trying to make fun of the language, because Chinese is a beautiful language and people already have the horrible tendency of treating anything that comes out of China as a sin. You know, I am not part of that group of people who wants to belittle anything that comes out of China. But yeah. Also, let me say this because I didn't say it last time. I haven't said this for any of them, but the majority of books that I'm going to be reading will be LGBTQ plus books. This one is a BL, a boys love book. So yes, unless stated otherwise, I just assume they're probably gonna be BL or anything LGBTQ plus focused. I do plan on reading The Iron Widow, which is also LGBTQ plus, but it's probably the closest thing you'll get to me reading a man with a woman. But yeah. I also plan on buying some GL books because we should also all have some sapphic books in our little mini library. I have a mini library. I just have a bookshelf, and I'm calling that my mini library. You can't say anything. But yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out a way how to read manga here. Because I don't want like copyright or stuff. But yeah. What else would I normally say in my intros? Oh yeah, that even though you can clearly hear me speak English, for some reason when it comes to reading, I stumble a lot with reading. I also like to, if I get really into the book, add my own little pizzazz. So yeah, if you're following along and you all of a sudden see me mention an entire different sentence, it's because I'm in the book. I'm in the character. I'm just in the mood. I'm just, you'll understand. You'll understand. But yeah. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. And let me just stop my yapping and start my other yapping, which is reading chapter 2. Um, so chapter 2, I was still a student back then. Oh, by the way, I forgot. We left off when it was told to us that our special boy is dead. Dun dun dun. Oh my god, I forgot that. How did I forget that? But yeah, our boy is dead. Wait, it says I was still a student. So are we on his POV now? Oh my. Okay, let me just again stop my yapping and just actually read the book. But yeah. Yesterday was his 7th day. The tapping of the keyboard stopped. Hey you stood up from the desk in the faculty room. The apartment wasn't even 60 square meters. Next door in the living room, a tedious variety show about poetry was playing in an old-fashioned TV. The program was accompanied by the static humming of the faulty signal. The sofa was still that sofa in the story. Oh, yeah, it was still the same sofa. Wow. Yay. The snacks for the tea, the tin of biscuits. I swear, that didn't actually have biscuits. Makes sense that they were in the Twilight Zone. Cause I'll put a photo. I don't even need it. I'll still put a photo, but you know the ones. Those tin cans that have that supposedly have cookies. We all know those things are filled with needles and sewing materials. Oh, it has cookies. Obviously, it was the Twilight Zone. But it makes sense now. Now my world finally makes sense. Whew. Crisis averted. But yeah, they were still there. But the time on the clock read 8:09, and the streetlights were on outside. It was the middle of summer, and the air was very, very humid. Moths circled beneath the lights. Mosquitoes buzzed low to the ground, and the rain had yet to fall. Hey you, lift Damn it. Hey you left the little study in the faculty room when he opened the door. Light spilled in the angle through the filthy window spans, making the entire space seem rather surreal, more so than the story he just finished writing. A young woman lay on the sofa. The air conditioning was set to a very low temperature. Why? It's so hot. Wait, if you put it low, does that make it cold? I don't understand technology. I'm old. And she was sleeping under a coral fleece blanket. Before her were several crumbled tissues that had been used to wipe away tears and snot. Wake up, said Heyu. Get up. Not so loud. I barely even fell asleep. The young woman groaned, wearily smacking her lips. Gonna nap for a bit longer. Heyu was about to say something, but the variety show on the TV started introducing an old movie. There's a broke man. Wait. Brokeback Mountain. Brokeback Mountain is canon in the Case File Compendium. Very nail on the head. Composer. No. Composer. Okay. Oh yeah. There's a brokeback. Why did I say broke man? There's a brokeback mountain in every person's heart. Definitely. Comment down below if there's a brokeback mountain inside of you. Okay. I have to stop laughing. He gave up trying to wake. Oh wait, we're a guy now? I'm confused. He gave up trying to wake her up and took the remote to change the channel. Hey really dislikes homosexuality. Ew. Homophobe much? Wait a minute. So we're the student now. I'm so stupid. So wait, we're the student, the dead student. Or yeah, we're someone. And hey you, our teacher, our sweet teacher, she's a ew. Homophobe. Okay. Because when they said nobody was perfect, they really said nobody. Welcome everybody to our medical wellness program today. He changed the channel again. Hey, you also dislike doctors. Damn, does she hate everybody? She hates doctors, she hates gay people. Damn. All the gay doctors just for me, I guess. She hates doctors in hospitals. Once, Zhangzi dreamt he was a butterfly fluttering about. Apparently, this is from a story about Zhuangzhou, in which he had a dream about becoming a butterfly. Yeah, I could tell. And then wondered whether he was a man dreaming he was a butterfly or a butterfly dreaming he was a man. All good questions. I once dreamt I was a bunny rabbit, and then I woke up. But then I was questioning, was I but a man dreaming I was a bunny rabbit? Or a bunny rabbit dreaming I was a man? This time, he left the program on. Given his taste, he could accept this as background noise. But not Brokeback Mountain? Damn. Tough times. Hey, you put down the remote and glanced over at the snoring woman, still lying on her back. He turned and walked into the kitchen. He opened the greasy refrigerator. Ew. And the light from the appliance illuminated his face. After he surveyed the refrigerator's contents several times, nosy. He took out 2 eggs and a chunk of ham, as well as a bowl of yesterday's leftovers. Okay. Then he raised his voice to ask the woman sleeping in the living room, Xie Shui, do you have green onions here? I can't find any. The woman didn't move. I'll make you Yangzhou fried rice. Damn. Did the Yangzhou fry it itself? Such a good chef. That joke doesn't make sense unless it was shrimp fried rice. Damn, did that shrimp make it itself? See, now it makes sense. It's funnier if I have to add context, as we all know. There was no response from the living room. Hey, you glanced back again to see that the young woman had gotten off the sofa and was leaning against the kitchen doorway, like a creep. Then you'll need 2 eggs plus a big piece of lunch meat, the woman said, then hesitated. Do you know how? Yes, I assumed. He asked, like, are we all lost here? Hey, you rolled up his sleeves and looked back at her with a suave smile. Sit down and wait. I'll be ready soon. Okay. The woman named Xie Shui tottered away to wander around the other rooms. Seeing that the computer in the study was switched on, she sat down to skim over the open Word document. Hey, you! Did you use me as your muse? Oh, wait, that was her. Hey, you! Did you use me as your muse? They saw the name and I still somehow got it wrong. The range hood was too loud. What? Hey, you asked. I said, did you use me as your muse? Xie Shu brought his laptop out. For the Xie Lao Shi in the ghost story. Am I now realizing it? Yes. Could you stop judging me and shut up? Also, yes. I can feel the judgment. Did you just not realize that the beginning of this book was actually not real, but a story told to us by the main character, Hey You? Maybe. You just realized that now? Did you realize that just now? 'Cause I'm telling you. Yeah. The beginning was a ghost story told to us by Hey You, by the way. I just noticed that. Did you notice that just now? Are we all just noticing that just now? Welcome to the slowest of all buses. Beep, beep. Oh, he fell silent for a while before cracking an egg with a smile. Yep, you're exactly Yep, you're exactly the person I imagined. Art imitates reality, 薛老师. But you wrote that you were secretly in love with me? Yeah, secretly. Cough, cough. Hopefully, it's not like a subtle message of anything with me showing my true emotions or anything like that. That'd be crazy. Imagine that. Art is not the same as reality, 谢老师. Nice cover up. But that part was a lie. Which part? Me getting messages? My famous. Okay. But that part was a lie. He really was secretly in love with her. Oh my god. Really? Hey, you and Xie Shui had known each other. For more than 10 years. Xie Shui was 5 years older than him. Me gustan mayores. This was his first year as a lecturer teaching screenwriting and directing in the School of School of Fine Art at Hosel University. Jesus Christ, that title was long. Hayu was one of the students in her class. When Xie Shui first saw the roster for the incoming screenwriting and directing majors, the title is so long, she had sent a shocked message to Hayu. But, what a coincidence! One of the boys in the 2 classes I'm teaching has the same exact name as you. It's fucking coincidence. Who would have thought? Like, in all of fucking China, you know, it's a coincidence that he has both your family name and your given name. Yeah, it's crazy because he's your same age and everything. Damn. Sadly enough, we can't see pictures of our students yet because it would be so funny if he looked exactly like you. Maybe China isn't that big of a country. Maybe it's just us sweets, coincidentally, she thought to herself. At the time, Hayu had been on a plane. He was sitting in a window seat and looking out at the flickering lamplight of the airport's tarmac with his cheek propped up on one hand. Now that my brain is now starting to, do this pretty little sexy thing called load in thoughts, because I realized the beginning of the book wasn't actually, it was actually told by yada yada, whatever. I kind of caught on that, did they just say that she hated doctors? If my memory of the not prologue but prologue, backside of the book is correct, isn't her brother a doctor? Like, I'm pretty sure her brother, our man love interest, our hubby, is gonna be a man, and that's her brother, and he's a doctor, or good doctor. Oh my. Wait, does she hate her brother? I'm starting to put my 2 plus 2s, and some of them are leading to 4s, I think. But yeah, I don't know. She hates doctors. Her brother's a doctor. It'll happen here. But yeah, let's continue. So he's at the airport. His phone dinged, and a familiar profile picture popped up. He looked at the message from the girl he had been in love with for 10 years and was just about to reply when the request for all passengers to switch their devices to airplane mode sounded over the intercom. Hey assholes, phone, airplane mode, do it now. Hayu tilted his head. Hayu, I keep saying it wrong. Hayu tilted his head and thought for a moment. He thought of it for a moment. He didn't say shit. He didn't reply to her message before turning off his phone. How could there be so many coincidences in this world? Fucking idiot. He had fought for this opportunity himself. Of course, it was completely unlike the story Hayu had written. The one we read at the beginning, which we thought was real life events, but it was actually an in-world fanfic. Huh. As for Hayu himself, Not only was he not penniless, he wasn't ugly either. Oh my god, look at you, you're so fucking lucky. Congratulations, I guess. Oh my god, he's not a real life uggo. Damn, oh my god, wowzers. You want a fucking prize? Give me your... Whatever. He was blessed. Hey, I'm gonna slap you. I actually preferred your fanfic character, to be fair. Yeah, I preferred him. Can he be the main character? He was humble. But whatever. He was blessed with a very handsome face, and as the son of a pharmaceutical tycoon, he had been born with a silver spoon in his mouth and attended high school overseas. Does he want me to kick his ass? But less than 30 minutes after finding out that Xie Shui had become a lecturer at Huzhou, you know, the Huzhou, yeah, I think I said it right, University. Upon graduating, Hayu applied for the institution's School of Fine Arts. Not because he liked arts, but because he liked that ass. Honestly, I respect the grind. Several months later, the semester began. However, the newly applied Xie Laoshi was too young. She didn't understand how treacherous workplaces could get. Sweet summer child. Jiang Liping, the morality advisor in charge of the screenwriting/directing classes 1, 2, and 3, was an infamous eccentric. Supposedly, she had no relevant education or training and had gotten this fluff position in the school simply by sleeping with the board of directors. Respect that grind, actually, you know. I have no comments. Jiang Laoshi was ostentiously beautiful and didn't feel a bit of shame about using sex to get what she wanted. Hey, you gotta respect the grind. Come on, guys. Look. She got the look, she got the charm, she got the glug, and the haptua. I can say reference. Yeah. I can do, references. Yeah, whatever. Look at me trying to pretend to be cool. Also I didn't read the note. Her university role overseeing the ideology and political education of students according to the National Party line. So she's in charge of all of that, but she has no experience in that shit, and all she knows how to do is suck dick. Mad respect though, but poor students, I feel so sorry for them. They have to deal with a teacher who doesn't know how to teach. Although let's be honest, we are no strangers to that. It's not the first time that happens in a real life scenario. Yeah. Okay. She spent every day blatantly flirting with the board members in broad daylight and was overly hostile towards any female student or teacher with decent looks. Oh, she's a pick-me. Never mind, all the compliments I gave her could just go out the trash. Damn. And here I thought she was a girl power. Nah. She's a pick-me. You know, why do you gotta put down the other girlies now? Come on. You should uplift the other girlies. Say, girlies, come on. Abuse the system. Abuse the system, baby. But no, she has to be one of the, oh, I made it, time to ruin it for everybody else. Terrible. Terrible business plan, by the way. When Xie Shui rushed into the classroom for her first lecture with her laptop in arms, she saw Jiang Liping there in a floor-length red dress, hugging her lectern to discuss important items with the new students. Oh, she's trying to get something else with the new student. I'm sorry, Jiang Laoshi. The first class is starting. Xie Shui tried to remind her, but the other woman merely waved her hand. Just wait a minute. The morning study period was too short. I still have 2 items to go over. Who knew she was picking on her on purpose? But Jiang Liping stretched out the last 2 points for 15. Almost 16 minutes before she finally finished. All right, That's all I had to cover. I won't disturb your class any more. She then turned to Xie Shui. I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name earlier. Anyway, stay focused. Don't be nervous. Professor Jiang strutted away, her towing scarlet heels clicking against the ground. Her vintage Hong Kong-style dress fluttered in proud crimson waves in her wake, leaving the dejected Xie Shui no shuffle up to the lectern laptop still in her arms. She was so fucking screwed. Maybe things would have been all right if John Lipping hadn't said anything, but now that she had, Xie Shui had to gulp nervously. Most students in prestigious schools were exceptionally talented and not easily won over. They didn't trust younger teachers as much as they did older ones in the first place. Now, John Lipping's parting words were nothing short of a vicious kick to Xie Shui's knees. It was like a boom. This group of prodigies immediately understood that, oh, their instructor was still a teacher in training, one whose name their advisor didn't even know. What an outrage! No matter how much fiery motivation burdened Xie Shui's heart, it couldn't fend off the comments, yeah, whatever, that this class was spitting at her face. It only took 10 minutes for the new faculty member, Xie Laoshi, to devolve from a confident woman to a stuttering mess. What is she, me? She began to feel dizzy and faint. So caught up was she in her emotions that she didn't even notice the tall young man who was leaning back in his seat in the last row of the classroom, watching her while spinning his pen idly. So, why did I repeat that again? Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. I'm your screenwriting and directing teacher. My name is Qie Shui. The students weren't buying it. Sorry. 老师, how old are you? 姐姐, why don't you order milk tea with us too? Oh, 老师, you look even younger than me. Sweetie, that says more about you than it does about her. The situation was spinning out of control. Xie Shui had no choice but to feign sternness like a paper tiger. Silence! I'm not messing around with you. Don't waste your precious youth during your university years. You must study hard and gain knowledge. I'll have you know, I'm a very strict and uncompromising person, and the percentage of students I feel is far higher than my colleagues. I don't know if I said this last time, but that is not a flex. Like, I love you, Queen, but that is not a flex. That says more about you as a teacher than anything else. AKA, that tells me you're a terrible teacher. If your students can't learn shit from you, that means you're a terrible teacher. I don't know why teachers think that's a flex. That's not a flex. You're just telling me you're a terrible teacher. Like, I would immediately drop out. If a teacher's like, oh, by the way, less than half the students in my class passes, I'm like, oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm out. I'm dropping out your class. Because what you're telling me is that you're a terrible teacher. Well, let's go on. In her case, I'm just going to assume she's just saying that for intimidation. But that doesn't mean what she thinks it does. At least to me. If I were her student, I would have just walked out. But going on. So all of you need to be on your toes. Don't you dare brush off my words. Yu couldn't contain his mirth. He looked down at the corner of his mouth, curved carelessly upward. Yeah, she was a fucking dumbass. I wish that was my improv. That's actually what it says there. It says, she was a fucking dumbass. Word per word. The students in the classroom fell silent. Pussies. Staring at her as if she were an animal in a zoo. One student even sighed and picked up his backpack to leave. Hey, you! There! You! Lao Shu, I won't fail no matter how much you threaten me. I have a date with my girlfriend, so like, yeah, I'm gonna be leaving. Also, the whole, less than half the students pass their class. Again, that just means you're a terrible teacher. Fascinating. Fascinating. Is that how you say it? Fascinating? Why does it sound weird now? Fascinating. So, Husserl University actually hires teachers who in train. Fascinating. This word sounds so weird. So, Husserl University actually hires teachers in training who threaten to fail us if we don't attend class. Huh. We got into this university after enormous efforts. We are not here to become lab rats for the teachers to experiment with, are we? How come you're the one teaching us while Professor Shen teaches next door? I'm going to write a letter of complaint to the dean later. Excuse me for not staying. Xie wasn't that terrible? I mean, she wasn't a terrible academic. Why can't I read? Although she forced herself to calmly ask for the student's name and took points off their tablets, this sequence of events had dealt her such a heavy blow that she wasn't able to recover for a long while. Her carefully prepared lessons had become a half-forgotten mess. She blattered pointlessly for an age before finally reaching what she had previously thought would be a very interesting interactive activity. However, not a single person was willing to come out on stage and participate. Just as she was on the verge of tears, thinking of running away in defeat, a male voice suddenly came from the last row of the classroom. By the way, bruh, why didn't you, stand up earlier? You could have, like, I don't know. Hey guys, she didn't mean that. Look. Just give her a chance. You could have done that. Tis. What was that? Oh yeah. Lawsuit. I'll do it. Xie was so miserable that she didn't even realize how familiar that pleasant voice was. She immediately sought out the source of the sound, looking for her savior through eyes filled with grateful tears. When she saw the boy she hadn't seen in 3 years, Xie was so surprised that she gasped at him. She gaped, yeah, whatever, at him without regard of her image. Hiya! The boy sat at the desk. His eyes were bright and clear. The corners of his mouth were upturned, and his lips were striking thin. Hiya! My hero! Save me, please! That's basically her reaction. Like, honestly, same. But you saw her crying, so why didn't you do anything? My bro, my dude. He looked a little haughty? Whatever. A little mischievous. Much like the moment when a young Lao Kin Ming in Infernal Affair 2, this is the sequel, wow, raised his head. Okay, there should be explanation. No, there's no explanation. I'm supposed to know what. Then they were going to explain to me what Lao Kim Ming was in Infernal Affairs 2. But no, but whatever. He did the exact same thing as that character, apparently. His head engaged towards a drunk Mary, with some of the smugness of a young man who had discovered his prey and sated, whatever, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, desire. He arched a brow. Long time no see, shall no see. Long story short, that's what happened, okay? Fun fact, I didn't skip anything. That's literally what it says. It says, long story short, that's what happened. After returning to the dorm, Xie Shui couldn't hold back any more and began to sob in an almost cathartic manner. Yu had a crush on her, but he wasn't particularly tactful, and he didn't know how to comfort her properly. He actually said, "Go ahead and cry it out then. I'll go right in your study for a while. Once you feel better, I'll come out and have dinner with you." Damn, so romantic. Yu, do you know how to cheer people up at all? How do I say no, but like not make it like pretentious? Do I have to finish the homework you assigned me or not? Yeah, just go. Yeah, just do me a favor and go. Just go. But when Hayu came out after finishing the story, Shishui had already cried herself to sleep. She didn't wake when he called for her, but he wasn't in a rush. Shishui's favorite activity was eating, same, with sleeping a close second. Damn, bro, same. As long as you made her something yummy, she definitely, would crawl out of bed right away. Even as a university instructor, that trait wouldn't change. 15 minutes later, she was staring down at the food Hayu held before her. What's this? Looking down at the particularly mushy fried lumps of rice with eggs and ham, what the fuck, in his hand, Hayu felt a little embarrassed. He told his teacher extremely lovely, "Can you tell, it's supposed to be Yanzhou fried rice." Aha! So you call this Yanzhou fried rice? Aha! Wow, ah. Fine, don't eat it then. I can order delivery. The student picked up his phone with a deadpan expression and looked up the highest rated restaurant. He was filling in the delivery address when the doorbell rang. Yu raised his almond eyes. Who is it? A colleague here to see you? Probably not. I haven't gotten to know them yet. Shishui put down her chopsticks and looked up at the clock. Who would come at this hour? As she spoke, she shuffled over to the doorway in her slippers. A few seconds later, Shishui's excited voice came from the doorway. Gah! Why are you here? You're not working overtime today? The sound of the word "gah" crashed down like thunder. Gah! Wait a minute. Is this? It couldn't be. Is it Gaga? Our older brother? Well, not our. Her older brother. But yes, Hayu's original scoundrel aura and his careless, lazy mood were instantly shattered. Countless dark memories flashed through his mind like a knee-jerk reaction. Springing to his feet, he grabbed the appallingly disgraceful fried rice from the table and strode quickly toward the trash can in the kitchen. But it was too late. Shishui had pulled her big brother into the room. It's Gaga! Woo! Gaga, Gaga, Gaga. He's here. Gah! I haven't even told you yet. Hayu's back from overseas and he's one of my students. He's sitting inside right now. You two haven't seen each other in a long time either, right? Hey, Hayu! Shishui stopped him mid-street. He was halfway through throwing his shit in the trash. Where are you going with that plate? Hayu froze, stock still in silence. Never mind. Since he'd come back, he'd inevitably have to face him again. Oh, Gaga. The one, the man, the myth, the legend. We finally meet our good doctor. Woo! Finally. Just, yay! Hayu stood with his back to them, wiping his genuine emotions from his face before slowly turning around, looking gentle and refined, elegant and poised, facing the elder brother of the Xie family, who was a full 13 years older than him. That's quite a big age gap. He actually seemed to match the man in his presence. He gazed towards the head of the Xie family, and the man who somewhat resembled Xie Shui. Then he reached up to pinch his own nape, his eyes lingering momentarily on the man's features. Long time no see, Dr. Xie. You look... Yu paused, assessing him. This man hadn't changed a bit. His features were indifferent and grim, while the planes of his face were sharp and hard, outlining a strong, combative face. Take a photo, lasts longer. His eyes were pretty, a pair of peach blossoms similar to Shishwi's, though they would appear alluring to anyone else, and not you, clearly. His eyes were testament to what it meant to have your features aligned with your personality. On this extraordinary man they could freeze even thousands of leagues of peach blossoming pools into dark eyes. But not you, obviously, my king, clearly. No. Despite the similarities to Sheshwi's lovely eyes, his pupils were ice cold, ice, baby. With his rigidly poised physique, he executed an out of absolute detachment, very tyrannical, very dictatorial, very wowzers. Take a photo, it will last longer, and stop hubba-hubba-hubbaing, but trying to deny it. Clean that saliva. Pero yes, he resembled the big boss of an autocratic feudal clan. All he needed was an atmospheric black fur coat to contrast against his pale face, and two of those silver cloak clasp chains worn by military warlords to complete the look. In the end, Yu smiled warmly, but there was no mirth in his eyes. Yeah, you look the same as before. You haven't aged a bit. And well, that is the end of chapter 2. So yes, I will be reading chapter 3 in my next reading. If you guys have been enjoying it, like, comment, subscribe. It's not your first day on YouTube, hopefully. Very strange if this is your very first YouTube video. I will say that one. But other than that, like I said, like, comment, subscribe if you guys are liking this. I have a playlist so you guys can follow along. The first chapter, this is the second, so there's only one above in the playlist, but if you guys want. I also have other playlists for other books I'm reading, so if you're interested in any of them, you can go check their respective playlists. And that's literally about it. Yeah. Bye bye.